Yo, 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 welcome. Sips and Sticks in the lounge, man. We in the building, man. We got my man Sean, got my man X on. How y'all doing, fellas?
Can't complain, man.
Yeah, man. We got a yes, sir. We got a great day today, man. Got a great interview getting ready to pop off, man. We got our man One Shot in the building, man. It's been a long time coming, and he's got his protege, his all-star KvnLee in the building. They call him old school, man. Welcome to the lounge, fellas.
Yeah, what's good, fellas?
What's happening? Appreciate it.
What's up, man? So
In the
yeah,
lounge.
man.
Yesterday, it's good to be here. I see y'all just went and did the event. Salute to what y'all got going on, man. Appreciate it.
What's good, Z?
We appreciate it, man.
Appreciate that, man. So hey, man, what you been up to, Mike? Man, it's been a minute, man.
It's been a minute for real, man. I remember back in the Black Box entertainment days and the New Hope entertainment days. Yes, indeed. I had
salute to them, man.
I used to have the good fortune of being able to put artists on stage and do showcases and events, and it was really dope, man. I had my fun with it. I learned a lot during that time period, and it was probably I stopped doing everything. I probably went from like 05 to 11. Did the thing at the top of the game. It was like those big events at the Neds in Sterling when we had who was that? You know what I'm saying? Beanie Siegel, Raekwon, and then Nipsey Hussle. So that was huge back in 2009 of just people coming to this area. Then I pretty much stepped away from the game about 2011, and I came back 2016 just scratching the itch with a real view. Wanted to get creative, and come up with something different and not try to follow my own footsteps as far as managing. And I started doing interviews. I had some fun and success with that. But out of the blue comes KvnLee, and he sat us down in like a birthday of the family, his 18th birthday, and let us know 19th. Okay, let us know he had something pressing. So from then on, I kind of just got the juices running again, and then really hit full stride. Probably about us being 2 years into this thing, we just hit 5. So I'll let you ask about the rest. But it's been crazy, man. It's been a crazy ride. Good to see you all, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's dope to see you, man. Still kicking it, still looking out for our positive brothers and sisters out here trying to, get their music out.
Appreciate it.
I know we ain't done that. We ain't done the intro for our man, old school KvnLee, but this is the intro for you, my dog, man. This guy is, from my opinion, man, a dope, positive rapper, man. I think you can't compare him to anybody because I don't know if the flow you change up on different tracks, the storylines of the different tracks, amazing. The positive message you sending out, the growth message you send out, the family message you send out, the love message you send out, all in your lyrics and in your songs, man. They touch, man. So I just wanted to say that, bro. Give you your flowers on that, man, and welcome you to the show, man, for sure.
Yeah, welcome, Kevin.
Yeah,
welcome,
I appreciate
Mike.
that a lot. I truly
appreciate that.
Thanks for having us. It's dope.
Yeah, man. And I want to say before we get started, this man is only in his 20s. What, 23 years old, man, right?
Very early, but very
25.
25. That's what we call a young old soul. He's talking about stuff that most people really get to figuring out and contemplating in their late 30s and 40s as far as like how to handle life and themselves and family. And he's a little bit ahead of the game. And we cannot be scared to share what's on his mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So let's kick it, man. Sean,
let's jump into it, man. One of the, like I said, man, we did some heavy listening, man, leading up to this, man, and I'm happy I did. I had seen some things years back, and I didn't know how serious it was going to be, and through listening, you know, these past few days, man, like Kev, you touched on a lot of things, man. So let's go to the first album, the introduction. And before we touch on that one, forgive me if my research is off, but the one song I want to touch on is Presence Sense.
Yeah. Present sense. Yeah.
Can you hit on that and then just tell me where your mind space on and creation of that song was?
And while you're and when you do that, fam, make sure give us your backstory too in that, fam. So
is that off the introduction?
Yeah, that's all of the introduction. So the introduction was 5 songs that I had written that I had shared with my uncle and the fam, and they were 5 songs I was really confident about. So we first dropped it on SoundCloud, and the introduction was, I feel like Present Sense in particular was like my first real song that I crafted from scratch, where I got done after like hearing music and seeing the words on the page. Or actually, at that time, I was writing it on my laptop. I had a small Chrome, and I wrote it on there, and I was like, "Dang, I feel like I can do something with it." So that single is like that song. I think it's just like writing music that like comes from your background, like beats and stuff. Like I think that song just kind of captures my mental state at the time, and especially hearing it sounds as far as the beats, like how certain keys or pound it and maybe instruments that are within the song. I kind of like let the music speak to me as well. So yeah, it definitely like more retrospective, like conscious vibe or whatever. But yeah, the music spoke to me, and I would just speak.
Yeah, you was
president. Just kind of.
The video's choppy on the laptop, man. I want to make sure they get to hear you, Kev. So let's try to see if we can get to clear that up, the choppy joint. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can. Okay, let's talk.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, y'all come.
that's much better.
Hey, so touch on, man.
All right,
yeah. Touch on where did it start, man? Like, where did Vision start? Like, what got you into it, Kev? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So growing up, I'll give a brief context. So I've always been a writer ever since like in school. That was like English class was literally one of my best subjects throughout the years. Like kind of a BC average student or whatever. But besides PE and English was like the only one where I'd shine and get an A. And throughout, like when I look back from the 4th grade to even like when I was taking classes at Nova, I would at least once a year I'd have some type of professor to talk to me about my papers, and it was like, yo, you have a gift in like writing.
Yeah.
So I was already aware of that.
Yeah, you could tell.
What was that?
Yeah, you could tell. You could tell, man, because your thoughts are very well put together.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and that's something I would learn just about like how to craft a really good essay, whether it was like me trying to sell a point, whether I was debating or just like telling a story. So long story short, after I graduated high school, I knew I had the gift of like writing. But then I felt like I was like called to like just take that skill and translate it into music and writing songs. And so when I first tried it, I wasn't really that good, to be honest. And then it's still like, even though music is like you're writing a song and it still is literature, it's crafted a different way. So I really had to break certain things in my fundamentals as far as how I was used to writing essays, learn how to really craft verses, and then just song format and stuff, and like the vision for a song. But I definitely think those things translated into it. A big thing that nobody knows that well, a couple people know, but that really helped me learn how to do that was I used to watch a lot of Sway in the Morning freestyles. So
Dope. Doing your
what
history.
happened was this was before I came to the family and I told them like I was trying to go into music. I spent a whole year before I even released the introduction or before I shared any song. I took a little bit over a year just working on my craft because I remember like whether it's my parents or my uncle or just soaking up game. I always knew at an early age, like no matter what you do, to stand out in order for it to be quality and stuff, you got to put in the work. So when I decided I want to go into music, I knew I was gonna have to put in the work, put in the time. So that's why I waited a whole year before I even shared with my family. Like, nah, this is something I'm about to get into.
Yeah,
I'm passionate about. Yeah.
I'll touch on that. Just the fact that he worked on his craft and got it prepared and got it ready before he ever shared it. That's what was so impressive. First off, the fact that it was like a presentation that let you know how serious he took it from the jump. And another thing, like what y'all was saying with the talk, with the writing, is the change ups. I was able to tell early that he changed up the kids, in the same, same ending of the line. And then in addition to that, he's also putting in real thought. And I'm like, man, you got a couple bases covered coming out the gate. You know what I'm saying? So that's what made it took my attention seriously on the first jump. One day I just want to put out there that just for people's history, Instagram, you go back far enough on his 19th birthday when he shared it with us, we went outside some photos that night, and that's when he can stand alone as a man, but he's not alone. And then I said, the Bowiz might be the Bowiz best kept secret. And that's when I knew we was about to start this road, and it was long before we was ready to announce or do anything, but the path had started.
Yeah, I got you. So I want to hop into, I had a couple songs from each album that I wanted to get your mindset on, right? Because I'm only asking these questions because each album showed, in my opinion, a lot of growth. You know what I'm saying? Like you're very well spoken, but the things that and I think it's just one of those things that happen as we continue to grow and get older, go through different experiences. But so, Giving Treasures, I think that was a joint for the ladies, right?
Yeah, it was.
So touch on that, right? So that was young man-ish, right? But you had some thoughts, right? It was a dope track. So give me your mindset on that and what your thoughts were.
Well, definitely for the song, I'm very thankful for like all the women in my life. I got two sisters, my mom, and growing up as a child, some of those years we lived with my grandma as well. But something that we really take serious that was like instilled into me and my siblings was just honor and respect. And so all throughout middle school and high school, that's when you can start to see the difference of like maybe something that I've known since I was a child that was instilled in me year after year after year isn't really maybe always as common once you get older. And so with that being said, with that track, I realized, just kind of with today's climate and then especially like in my peers, just kind of how there's certain terms we could use that are degrading or makes women feel less than. And I'm not with that at all. Like, I just don't fly with that. So I wanted to make a record early then. I remember being in a space where it was like, nah, like, I don't think that's cool. I'm going to show you like what I think is cool. And so in that hook, I talk about this girl I was talking about in the time. I don't really touch about it, but there was a young lady who I was, in talks with. And then I mentioned my mom and my sister. But I'm just talking about like their impact in my life. And I wouldn't be the man I am today without these women.
That's important, man. That grabbed my attention, Holmes, for real.
Yeah, no, for a fact, man. Like, there's not too many. Think about it, man. I mean, what you tapping into, the real of you talking about having family and having people that's behind you that help you grow, and we don't big them up enough. You know what I'm saying? And the music that we have, it's about the clout that you have in the street, and you know, about with the money you got. I mean, it's been like that even since the 90s, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But see a young brother talking about the queens and the kings and the backstory, the behind the door that people don't get to see. That's your personal, you know, growth.
Yeah.
You open up vulnerabilities, but you tapping in, and the music, it touches more people than you think. You know, from you know what I'm saying, because you may think that maybe not everybody's like that, but I think in every real man, there's a lot of men out here. There's great women behind them that help them grow. That you tap into that, and you talk about your grandmother, your mom, your sisters. I think it's dope, man. And that, again, like Sean said, that's what grabbed us, man. Like, wait a minute, let me. Once Mike put his on, it was like, let me listen to Young Blood, man. Let me see what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Talking.
And that's the crazy part about it, you know, to you know, for someone your age, you're almost waiting for people to catch up because it's you're ahead of your time in your acknowledgments, right? Yeah. So excuse me, I had a gnat flying around here, but so no. So paying homage is that's a great thing, because I'm gonna hop into the next joint, the 1-track mixtape, right? So sat down and listened to this joint, and that's all old school, right? That's all old school beats that you just
boom baps
murdered.
Yeah, man.
Right. So let me. I'm gonna throw a jab at Big Unc. Was that a test that he threw at you, or was that something that you wanted to?
No, that's what he said. He said, "Was that a test that Unc threw at you?" Yeah. Definitely. Hey, you got it. This is what happened. Like, I knew it was. I heard he was coming up with, even though just those 5 songs we had put out in the introduction was out. So my next thought was like, how do we get people in him on the industry piece where they can balance, where they can balance the scale, and they can really say, and he rap, he has this skill he's trying to part on. Because everybody, the dope thing about the induction, which y'all touched on, is the fact that it is straight young and what he's on. And I was like, that's what you want it to be. But the manager,
Mike, pause real quick. I think we having some. I'm getting some patchiness, man.
Feedback.
I know you. No, I know you. I know this is the important piece, man. So let's make sure we get on connection. Can y'all hear me? Okay.
Yeah, we hear you. Let me make not be too hype. Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, we good.
It's just that I think the link is freezing up.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we'll figure it out.
Just to touch on, basically, the people that don't know, it's from 1988 to 2018. The beats that we selected, and it's the only one actually asked him to do that he rocked was 88. I got it made. Special ed. Yes, indeed. Because I knew that special ed style was that cool guy, low key and cut, not really, rah, but his lyrics carried his whole career, and his vibe was just that everybody, rock with. So I already saw Kevin is fitting that kind of lane. So I was like, man, you rock his beat, and you started off in the 80s, already going to up the old heads like myself and even older for real. But then you follow it all the way up, and I'll let him tell you some of the other tracks.
Yeah, and so from there, we just kind of, he came up with the idea of like, what about if you just choose a beat every 5-10 years and just show your skills over these beats? So then he definitely recommended the I Got It Made, and that's where it starts with. And then I knew I wanted to do something.
We gon' make it.
fire, yeah.
That was probably my suggestion too. That's the only other one.
Yeah, the Jadakiss joint.
The
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
When we got to the early 2000s, I was like, there were so many to choose from.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, we can only choose one. And then I was like, choice that I think I said, because I think I had two. I wanted to do either the We Gon' Make It. I think his song Why. I really just like challenging that. But then he was like, nah, I think you should do the We Gon' Make It. So I was like,
one thing I touch on is not many people know the last beat because it was the Duppy song, the remix. I mean, not the remix, but the diss song from Drake to Pusha T. So that's a little obscure. That one's not as obvious. But one of the ones that shocked me that he came back with and already had to write the record, the lyrics for was for the Ice Cube. That was the original Fool. You know how we do it. You know what I'm saying? And then on that West Coast track, immediately right after the 88, you know what I'm saying? New York track is like, it just shows that range. And I really wanted him to do that. And the other thing we was thinking was like, call it the first volume 1, because when he comes back and he does do these industry beats, we might want to follow that format and do that with some newer beats and, you know, but it'd be part 2. So that might be a little
that was a dope concept.
You're giving them too much, Mike. You're giving them too much.
Great idea, Mike. But way to step up to the challenge, Kevin. That was
right.
dope, man. I appreciate that.
No doubt, man. That show now. I did while you queuing up the next comment question, Sean. I do want to say, man, that just shows your lyrical skills, man. From understanding the counts and what I'm saying, like. Yeah, there's a lot that goes into music that not everybody, listens to. Everybody listens to hip hop. They don't necessarily listen to hip hop, right? Or listen to the words, or listen to how you change up, your wordplay, everything like that goes along with the melody and the beats and the boom baps or your whatever you got going on in the music. You know what I'm saying? Like one of my favorite tracks, and I know we're gonna get to it, and I don't want to get there yet because I don't want to spoil it, but. Yeah, that latest one you got out of this world, dog. We gonna get there.
Out of this world, I do it. It's just level with that. But last thing on the 1-track mixtape, I was just gonna say is that when he got to wrapping it up and we knew it was gonna be a wrap. Shout out to DJ Rags. You know what I'm saying?
DJ Rags.
That was the DJ that did his thing, scratching on that. He went crazy on it. It got mixed down at Midi East Studios out there.
Okay, shout out Midi East, man.
Shout out to Midi East.
Phrase and all, Phrase and
Phrase and all of them. We had FT, the engineer.
E Storm, man. That's my man. I know all them dudes, man, from back in the day, man. Shout out to them.
Good peoples. But the only thing I was gonna say was that a lot of people do other people's beats, right? But then they steal the cadence too, and I feel like that's cheating. Because maybe for a hook or something, but not for the whole verse. And that's what, if you listen to the 1-track mixtape, y'all out there, please just listen to the fact that he doesn't use any of the cadences from the original tracks. It's all original cadences. So that's how you know he's not following the format.
That's what's made him so bar heavy now, is because he's stood that test, right?
Yeah.
A lot of these artists right now are too lazy to revisit what the originality in hip hop is, to even test their skills, right? And so you're just further ahead because that you chose that challenge. You know what I mean? Give me 1 sec. So I had so I want to move into, and so when I say bar heavy, right? So what I saw, what I witnessed. And listening to all this, your entire catalog, I think going into the level 10 EP.
Yeah.
What was that? Was that 5 or 6 on there?
6 songs.
All right, so I'm always gonna be honest in what I listen to. I listen to 4 or 5 hitters off that joint, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And so what that tells me, what that shows me, like as I'm looking at like growth, you're hitting you're starting to reach your stride, and your plateau's not far.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So that album to me, I know Reggie said we're gonna get to the latest one soon, but that album to me was great, bro.
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Thank you.
All
I
the way
appreciate
through.
Is that the album with Loyalty on it?
Yes.
Yes.
That's it.
Yo.
Hey, look, man. You know what's so crazy? I gotta say this, man. We got a clip. We got a clip in the studio. We gotta drop this junk. We've never released it of recording that junk, and I hadn't even heard all the songs
Fire.
to that point when we were in the studio. And he turns around, I'm recording, trying to capture everything of the moment. And he turned to the camera and he said, man, hey, you know he a humble dude. You know what I'm saying? This man turned to the camera and said, man, this joke right here about to kill him. We're not ready for this.
That joke's hard.
Yo, hey, you could tell, man, the swag that the man, and I hate using that word, but the way your persona in that, man, I was like, oh, he killing this show right here, bro.
Y'all will never believe he recorded all 6 of them Joes in one night.
Woo.
I sat there and watched him go through 6 songs and like a 5-hour studio session, and that brought us what is the project.
I'm gonna say, I want to see that in person. I want to see you in the studio in person.
Yeah.
So whenever y'all get in the studio again, man, please tap in with us, man. Because
I
would love to capture that, bro.
I got a question. So what did let me bring my notes up again. So level 10, right? So that was 2020, correct?
Yes, it was. Yeah, October.
All right. So what did is that 2 or 3 years into your career at that point, or is it longer?
That's the second EP. Wait,
what year?
What year? The year was October of 2020.
But how many years you been in the game?
Oh, how many years have I been rapping?
Yeah. So how many years had you been into the game when you dropped that LP in 2020?
5 years. 4 years. 4 years.
Okay. So let me ask you something.
Early 4 years. Yeah.
Hold on, no. October 2020. The introduction January 18.
18. Oh, okay. Damn,
time flying. Yeah, just a little over 2 years.
All right, 2 years. That's right.
All right. So my second question to that is, at that stage, what did growth feel like to you then? Because that album, it felt like like I said, you felt your stride, and the confidence was on 1,000.
Yeah. I think for me, what really excited me going into that studio session, and then like how we just touched on when we recorded Loyalty, I think going into that project, I think I wasn't trying to make something commercial, but I wanted to try to do something where I was like reaching people to let people know, like, and even challenge myself, like, I think I can write, like bops or something that, you can just.
We lost y'all vocals.
I hear y'all.
Yeah, we lost y'all's vocals on a laptop. Hey, man, everybody on Facebook Live, on YouTube, on Instagram, man, we want to thank y'all, man. Make sure y'all check us out. www.sipsandsticks.com, man. We got new merch out.
We hitting hard.
We want to announce our new cigars, man. We got the Sweet Jones. My man Sean put together a nice stick for anybody that wants to get that light to medium bodied cigar with a nice sweet taste, man. It's got a Dominican feel with a Sumatra wrapper, sweet tip. Got three tips on it. The Cuban cigar smokes well. Y'all check it out. We also got the box press, Dominican fill, Sumatra wrap, box press, medium to full body. Holla at us, man. Check us out for our shirts, everything we got, man. Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on YouTube, all podcasting platforms, man. How you doing over there, Mike?
I'm good, man. We just had a quick technical difficulty. Switch audio.
We getting a little speed up now. Also, man, you can find KvnLee on YouTube, KvnLee. Search him on YouTube, man. Holler at my man, man. Like, you know, to be honest with y'all, man, it's not hype, man. The young blood got some lyrics, and he's pushing positivity. If you're not a hip hop fan, if you are a hip hop fan, you just want to see some young brothers doing some great things, and an old school cat that's been locking it down in Virginia and represents Virginia for a long time, man. Please tap in with these brothers, man. They're doing great things. They're about to do the Lake Anna, the Reggae Fest. Hey, Mike, we getting some feedback, dog, somewhere on y'all's end.
Okay, we about to cut off the string, guard. Wait.
Say it again. There we go. And then they're gonna do the Reggae Fest. Kevin gonna be down there. Well, check them out, man. Please.
Yeah, I found KvnLee on Tidal today too, man. That was pretty dope, man. So a lot of the catalog that we've been talking about is available there as well. So check your streaming platforms, man. Reg, we might have to dump this joint and go to IG Live, bro, because I think the feedback is getting bad.
All right, man. Hey, Facebook group, please go over to our in YouTube, man. Check us out on Instagram. We over at Sips and Sticks _podcast, man. Check us out over there, please. Tap in with us over there. We're gonna end it here, but we go over there and we're gonna continue the interview. Love you guys, man.
Support.
Peace, y'all, man. Please.